Guys, Irma Survivor here. Irma God. Wordplay on my own self. I'm a survivor of Irma, right? And super thankful that it wasn't as bad as we thought it was, or wasn't as bad as the news projected it to be. A lot of places did get hit, and we're praying for all of them to recover quickly. And that brought me to relative happiness and absolute happiness. And by telling you the difference between the both, you'll be able to know how we will be able to recover really quickly. Relative happiness is when we seek happiness outside ourselves, when we seek happiness in finite things that disappear in time. Nothing lasts forever. And when we start to label things and make them our own, we create an attachment to them. It's when we put our identity inside things that are outside ourselves. So, example, like let's say I say my car. If I'm constantly saying, oh, my car, my car, my car, I've created so much attachment to it, rather than just calling it a car, that when something happens to this car, I feel like something actually happened to me. And nothing happened to me. It was just my car. And by seeing things this way, you could actually detach yourself from the things that are outside you. Right? We don't find a lot. It's easy to find our happiness in things that are outside ourselves. You know, because we could be exhausted during the day and we're running around, and the first thing we want is like, oh, a drink, or I wanna smoke, I want to go shooting, I want to have sex, I want to do something that we seek pleasure that is outside ourselves. And back, left, intermission, thing fell off. Absolute happiness. Absolute happiness is when you can look completely inside yourself and realize that no matter what you've lost around you, you could 100% rebuild it, because you have that absolute sense within you that you are part of that absolute power that could accomplish anything and anything no matter what. That's absolute happiness. Absolute happiness that you could survive without drugs, without sex, without anything. That's just a momentary happiness. Now, I'm not saying, go abstinent or just stop doing what you're doing right away to understand true happiness. But there comes a time when you realize that you're just stuck in this up and down cycle of relative happiness, where you're just chasing happiness. We're like the little dogs, that cartoon of a dog with the pole over his head, and he's chasing the sausage of his happiness, and he's not realizing how much shit he's pulling behind him the entire time. But if he just paid attention and realized that he had everything inside him, and that he was his absolute self is the absolute happiness, then he could take off that pole that's attached to him and get rid of that entire cart that he's pulling of heavy weight, and realize that you alone, only focusing on yourself right now, are the absolute. And that chasing all this relative happiness around us is just that, relative. So stop finding your identity in things that are outside yourself. And if you're friends with somebody because of the things they have, do yourself a favor and don't, either change that or do them a favor and remove yourself from their lives. And it would, more importantly, it will do you a favor in the long run as well, because you won't, you'll learn something. You'll learn that you'll have to look deeper inside people and realize that, sorry, I thought somebody was. Anyways, we're back. I hope you guys got the message. Thank you for all your prayers. Shout out to everybody that came from all over the United States to help us put our power back on. There's still about 4 million people who don't have power. They're working really quickly. Shout out to all of them. Anybody in Florida who does need help, don't hesitate to reach out. Fortunately, we've had power the entire time. Our house did not get flooded, thank God. And if you guys need any help, you can reach out to me, and I'll do my best to come out to you. And maybe if you guys need some supplies, or if you just need someone to talk to, or realize that, you are the absolute. Love you guys. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. God bless.